Welcome to Oriental AM, your source for the latest happenings in Gensokyo and beyond. Broadcasting to you pre-recorded from somewhere on Yokai Mountain. And now, your host, MC.
Hey guys, welcome back to Oriental AM. I'm your host, MC, and it's been a long-ass time. So this time I got Charles with me again. Say hi, Charles.
I'm your one and only guest.
Yes.
How you people doing? It's been 2 years.
2 fucking years. Okay, so here's what's been going on, right? My computer broke long-ass time ago, and we weren't sure how we were going to record stuff. As it turns out, we should have just been using Audacity the whole time, because that's what we're doing now. So
I swear to God, we're like grade school children when it comes to computer hardware.
yeah, and also, we're not very consistent. I mean, we definitely could have done this a lot sooner, but we actually did record an episode 2 with Brandon. Me and Brandon did an episode 2, but it didn't turn out very good, and we never uploaded that one. So that'll probably be coming out as a lost episode in the future.
You mean you guys were doing something behind the scenes without telling me?
No, this was like 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember.
Yeah,
I remember now.
No,
Okay,
I'm sure. Okay. So, anyway, we got some Touhou news. That's a bit late. Touhou Violet Detector came out not too long ago. It's kind of like an Aya game, but it's got
Did it come out?
Yeah, it's out.
I hardly remember Violet Detector. I mean, I played it for like 6 hours, and that was a couple months ago. But somehow, it just crossed my mind to where it didn't seem to exist.
Yeah. Charles is not that into the spin-off games. I myself, I do like them, but they are the hardest ones. Like, the Aya games piss me off to no end, right? They're just so repetitive, but they can be fun sometimes, and they do give us cool spell card patterns, right? So there's always that. But
I mean, yeah, if you really think about them, they're kind of like the bonus stages you'd find in the Metal Gear games, where it's like a separate disc, and they give you all these VR missions.
It's like Last Words the game, almost.
Yeah, to me, that's what these games are. They're just like bonuses that I don't really care that much for. Like, I'd say I'd probably got burnt out with these kind of games after Great Fairy Wars. Not to riff on the fighters, I love the fighting games, but these
the fighting games are I don't even consider them spin-off games. It's like its own series.
Yeah, the Dan Maku spin-offs I just kind of get really bored with because there's not really much of a flow of a story.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I did love Great Fairy Wars myself, but I've played it to no end to unlock the goddamn extra stage. Holy shit, do you really have to play that game to unlock the extra stage?
Yeah. But now it's time to address the elephant in the room. Sumi Renko. Thoughts?
Yeah. Thoughts? She's Tumblr embodied as a Touhou character.
Oh, God. My thought is that she's like Renko's ultimate replacement. Like, I get this weird hunch to where Sumi Renko really reminds me of Renko and Maribel, but as a conjoined entity in a way.
Well, she's like related to the other two, isn't she? I don't mean like blood related, but I mean like they're friends in school or something like that. Like she founded the club or something.
Yeah, like they have a sort of co-affiliation. That's really what hints me to the character. It's like being, oh, this person's just a replacement. She's like Sanae 2.0. Like, remember the period when we thought Sanae was going to outright replace Reimu? She's essentially that.
Good times.
That's funny. But yeah, to see her in a non-fighting game is actually kind of interesting, because we rarely see this. We haven't seen this with Suika at all, nor have we seen this with Tenchi.
Yeah.
Sumi Renko, on the other hand, yeah, she's like the first final boss from the fighting games to actually not only be in the shooters, but get her standalone game.
Yeah, I know. I mean, dang, dude. It wasn't even that long ago, too.
Really breaking some boundaries here.
Urban Legend in Limbo was pretty recent for her. It's like almost immediately afterwards. It's just boom, she has her own game now.
Yeah, like 2-3 years later, hey guys, guess what? Sumi Renko stars in her own damn Aqua spin-off game that's a lot like fucking big, you know.
It's like a reverse of Aya, where she first appeared in her own game and then immediately afterwards showed up as a boss in the main series. Yeah.
It's like that, but it's not bad. I just wonder when's Touhou 17 coming out.
Yeah, no, seriously, dude. Like, don't get me wrong. I actually do quite like the spin-offs, but I'm never that excited for them compared to the mainline games. I think that goes for just about everybody, really. I don't know what it is, man, but the mainline games, they're the big impact. I mean, I guess it's because they're the ones that have a lot of new characters and music. Like, not even... So normally, they have, like, 6 tracks, when these new, like, mini games come out, they'll have, like, 6 music tracks, 6 or 7, something like that. It's pretty small. This one doesn't even have that many, because they reused one from the Zune CD. Zune reused one of his tracks from the Zune CD for this game. At least one.
Well, how about that? How about that?
So it's not a very big event.
Yeah, it's like something that we just slapped together to hold us over until 17 or whatever else he has planned.
Yeah.
And on a follow-up to the PlayStation line of games, it turns out now we've deviated to the Switch, and there's still spin-off games.
Yeah, I know. It's very surreal to boot up my Nintendo Switch, go into the shop, and see Touhou on the front page of a Nintendo console, But there it is.
What a time to be alive,
Indeed.
But I digress. I still have a very hard time finding physical copies at places like Best Buy or GameStop.
I've come across them before at my GameStop, but
I've only had one instance, and they wanted full price for the game.
Yeah.
And I don't even have a Switch yet. My brother does. So I would have no way to play it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they're okay, I guess, but again, they're still spin-offs. I want to see main series Touhou.
I know, dude. I so want a main series Touhou game that's on the Nintendo Switch just for the fact that I could have portable Touhou. That'd be awesome.
I doubt that's going to happen, though. Like, at the rate we're going...
No, it probably isn't.
I doubt it'll happen. We might not even see Nitor Inc. on consoles. It might just be Steam exclusive.
No, I think it is just going to be a Steam exclusive just because of the whole, open development thing that they're going with. That doesn't usually translate well to console gaming.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. It's just, it goes to show you that we're kind of evolving sort of beyond consoles in a way.
PC Master Race.
I'm not saying PC Master Race, but, there's been like a sort of weird downward turn these past years.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, man. Yeah.
You're listening to OAM.
Welcome to the second segment of this episode of Oriental AM. This time around, we're thinking we're going to discuss Pokémon. Let's Go just came out not too long ago, so pretty good time to discuss it. Charles?
What is going on with Pokémon? I feel like it's become the new, yearly release AAA franchise.
Something.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, I kind of get that too, actually. It's certainly more mainstream these days as well. What with Pokemon Go.
I remember when I was embarrassed for loving Pokemon. That's a thing of the past. Now it's just a thing everyone loves.
That was a whole deal when Pokemon Go first came out. People were talking about that. All the assholes who used to make fun of people for Pokemon were now playing it, and it's just like, how do you feel about that? I mean, it's just fucking normies. Am I right?
Yeah, it's the normie overload in a way, but at the same time. This new game is what I like to consider to be a spin-off, but then you got people on Kotaku being, it's not a spin-off, it's a mainline game, just like the rest of them. Okay, so let me reiterate what my definition of a spin-off would be. A spin-off would be any Pokemon game where my Pokemon from previous generations cannot be carried over. Person.
Yeah, no, definitely.
With the exception being Gen 3, because there was a bit of a slip-up with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
so,
fine.
Yeah.
I mean...
While I admit, yes, they have similar gameplay to the main series, I'd consider these to be a spin-off.
Well, it's clearly a spin-off just because of how much of the mechanics has changed, specifically battling. I'd be totally fine if they revamped the main line with features like this, right?
That's not what people on Kotaku are saying. They're saying, this is the remake to Yellow, guys.
Yeah. Remake to Yellow. I mean, not really.
This is Generation 8 Part 1, Yellow remake.
I predicted this too. I knew this was coming. I knew we were gonna get a goddamn Kanto game, but little did I know it was gonna be about Pokemon Go. Yeah, back when Ultra Sun and Moon, that
I mean, I'm glad we're on the Switch now, but I kind of wish they would get new models for their Pokemon. Like, if you look very carefully at the gameplay, they're still using these idle animations from Gen 6.
Oh, really? I have not looked at... I don't have the game yet, right? I own a Nintendo Switch, but I do not have the game. I didn't really have the money.
Just look up YouTube gameplay. Like,
yeah.
You'll see
I'm just saying,
idling animation.
I don't have the game yet. Colin got it, but I haven't yet. I didn't have the money to pre-order it. I didn't want to get just the game, and I needed to spend $100 to get the whole package, so I skipped on it for now. Also, I wasn't too sure it was going to be very great, so, I thought might as well wait till there's a price drop or something. So that's what I'm doing.
Why the hell is the game $60 when it has less content than
I know,
Sun
dude,
and Moon?
Seriously. It's stupid. Switch games, I don't like that Switch games are $60, man. Just in general, but like Pokemon especially, they went. You're totally right. I didn't even think about that until you brought it up. But they 50% raise the price and give you less features. I mean, that's not how it's going to be when the mainline game comes out. But you got to keep in mind now that we're paying $60 per game now that it's on the Switch. Just because it's on the Switch.
For me, it's not the problem that the game is bad. I mean, it's a decent game for what it is. I mean, it's a great entry level-esque kind of...
It looks...
This is how the most bare bones necessities of a Pokemon game work,
Yeah.
It's one of those games.
Well,
it's not for me, but for somebody that's never played one before, I'd feel like this is an okay introduction to how it all works.
I'm interested in playing it. I mean, we'll see how it goes as time passes if people start really complaining about it. But
then you have people on Japanese Amazon who are review bombing the shit out of it so badly that they have to censor the reviews.
Oh, jeez.
That's actually something that happened. On Japanese Amazon,
yeah,
they had to outright censor the main rating for the game because everybody was giving it 1 star, even though I'd say it's at least a 3-star game at the least. Maybe 4 at best, but not a 5.
Yeah. Well, okay.
There's some good ideas though. The wild encounter system, I thought I would hate. But after seeing how it works, I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, like I said, I like these ideas. For one thing that I've thought for a long time, right, is just the way that you capturing Pokemon is not extremely fun, right? I'm just gonna say that. You need false swipe. You need a Pokemon with false swipe,
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the encounter system.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
You're talking about the battle system. I'm talking about how you encounter them.
Oh, you mean encountering them on the field?
Yeah,
why would you think
really
you wouldn't like that? That's so much better than random ass encounters. Who wouldn't like that?
I mean, it's actually nice, but I feel like it just dumbs it down. I remember struggling to capture certain Pokemon, and that felt satisfying, but...
I don't think it's satisfying, dude. I grinded... When I was completing my Ultra Sun Pokedex, I was, I specifically remember a few parts where I just could not find, one Pokemon that I was looking for. I think one of them was, what is it? The pre-evolution to Sharpedo. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Is that Remoraid or something? No, that evolves into Ox. Okay, anyways, there was a certain Pokemon I was trying to get, right? Carvana, that's what it is. I'm pretty sure it was Carvana, and I just could not find it for the life of me, because it only appears in one spot in the game with a 5% encounter chance, and I spent hours searching for it. I don't want that shit. I want to just see it and go get it, Anyways, I would be totally fine with a revamp to the catching mechanics, right? Maybe not the way that Pokemon Go does it, but just something different than you false swipe it down to 1 HP, you inflict a status ailment, and then you spam Pokeballs until it works. That's not very fun. I'm just gonna be honest. I catch all the legendaries. I catch them in regular Pokeballs just because I'm a fuckhead who has to have everything matching.
You still have to do that with Mewtwo in Let's Go.
Do you?
You still have to battle him. He's the one exception to the we're just gonna throw balls at it till it works rule.
Well, okay then. Yeah, anyways, I think that'd be cool. But, I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, there's actually some pretty decent ideas, but I feel like they're just not being used to their fullest because they're in a spin-off game rather than the main series
Yeah,
game.
no, it looks like it to me too.
Which is another thing I want to get at. I feel like the development cycle has literally become the whole Activision Call of Duty spiel, where they're tossing it between a slew of developers every year, and we get either a mainline game, which would be the equivalent to something like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, 2, or 3, and then we get now a spin-off, which would be equivalent to something like Black Ops.
Yeah.
You know, like, just one year we get a main series game, the next year maybe we'll just get a Let's Go game. Like, they might be doing this for every other generation now.
Well, let's just hope it doesn't turn into a Mega Man situation.
So every 2 years we'll get a Let's Go game, and every 2 years we'll get a main series game.
I don't know. I don't see that happening.
Then,
I feel like Let's Go is a one-off.
I feel like 2 years is too fast, even then.
Yeah.
Because if you look at what happened with Sun and Moon, I feel like the first version was a draft and not a final version.
No, it definitely feels like that. It feels really incomplete.
And then Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was supposed to be base Sun and Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you ever get that hunch? Like, if you take out the whole Necrozma features in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and you look at it as a script, it feels like Sun and Moon was supposed to be Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but because of time constraints, they had to make it a draft.
Yeah, I think so too, man.
And then release the proper version a year later.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I feel like the development cycle's way too fast. Because it's never been this fast for Pokemon for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, normally we'd have to wait, like, 2, maybe 3 years in between games.
Even Black and White and Black 2 and White 2 came out 2 years apart.
That's what I mean, you know? Like, they're such a short distance apart, but it took them 2 years to come up with the ideas, and it paid off.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of Black and White, you know, like, we never really get stories like that anymore.
No, I know.
And I think I know why. It's because, you know, the sales for Black and White were just bad.
It's very unfortunate, but I chalk it down completely to people just not liking change. You know, when Black and White came out and they were like, here's all these new Pokemon, it's like a whole new thing, right? It's a whole new world we live in. Like, for real. Like, they replaced all the Pokemon with these new ones, and nobody wanted any of that. I thought it was cool, but most people were just against it because people hate change, right? And then when Black 2 and White 2 comes out, they wanted it even less because it's the number 2. And they were expecting the same thing, you know?
I guess you could say we were in the minority when that game came out.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, I was really hyped for all the new stuff.
Yeah, I know, man.
And I always knew that I could always bring my old stuff with me.
Yeah.
I think just the average normie doesn't remember that if they really don't like new Pokemon, they can always bring back their old ones.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's always that bring them forward kind of deal. Like, it's not like they're locked away forever.
Mm-hmm.
But with Let's Go, I actually have that sensation of having all my old stuff locked away. And that's why I want to see it as a spin-off, because if I see it as a spin-off, it's a good game.
Yeah.
It's an overpriced game, but it's a really good game.
You don't get
But if I see it as, like, the successor to Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon,
it doesn't live up to that.
Huge disappointment.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So you have to look at it as a spin-off if you want to see it in the proper light. And I don't think everyone's able to do that.
So one concern I have with Let's Go, I'm a little bit concerned about the EXP share and how it's integrated. Colin has told me that he's not sure if you're able to turn it off or not, and it just is on by default.
Wait, you mean you can't turn it off?
I don't know. I mean, he says he hasn't seen anything about it yet, so I'm not certain. But from what it looks like, the EXP share is just part of the game.
Uh-oh.
That would be a problem. See, I'm concerned with over-leveling, is what I'm saying. Is that it seems like you're going to over-level the shit out of your Pokemon by the time you beat that game.
We're screwed. This stuff's getting too easy.
Yeah. No, of course. Dude, I have never found Pokemon games difficult. Like, all the stuff that people complain about, Whitney and her Miltank, never had any trouble with that, right? I've never had any problem. And it's getting easier and easier and easier. It's ridiculous. It's a point of, like, there's no point anymore. It's just so easy. I didn't have trouble with Necrozma either. I mean, like, all you have to do is counter his weakness. Like, if you're just using weaknesses. I mean, it's so easy. Pokemon is too stinking easy. And it gets worse. Can't they add, like, some decent challenges? Oh, God. That's what I want. I want challenges again. I want gym battles to be challenging. Bring back.
You're forgetting what mostly matters. The story. Like,
the story.
What most matters overall is the story. XD. Bite me.
I don't think so, man.
Story.
I know you care a lot about the story. I've mentioned this before. I love the story of Black 2, White 2. But the main thing that I loved about those games is the gameplay.
What makes the story so endearing is the fact that it took a lot of progress to get there.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like X and Y was really boring despite having a decent story because it was just way too much of a pushover.
Exactly. Oh my god. X and Y was like the easiest Pokemon game ever made. Holy crap.
Sun and Moon I had a bit of fun with, but I still had that weird feeling of... I feel like this should have been way harder.
Yeah. Some of the totem battles were pretty difficult. Like some mildly difficult. You know, like Lurantis. Lurantis gave me a little bit of a run for my money.
Then there's the Ultra Necrozma fight, which is just outright unfair.
Well,
I actually cheesed that fight, where I brought some of my old Pokemon from Diamond in just to fight it, because I wanted to feel nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
I brought my Dialga with me, and he wiped my Dialga in one shot.
God damn it. See, I didn't have trouble with Necrozma, because I just used, like, Golisopod and First Impression. Just boom. You know, it's just... Yeah, like... I don't know, man. I mean... I think that's what I did. It's been a while. But my point is, I only had, like, one Pokemon faint in Necrozma, because all you gotta do is use their weakness. I mean, I know if you don't really have that, you're gonna get... But, like, Fairy type. If you have a Fairy type Pokemon, he can't do jack to you, can he? So...
No, you could brutally destroy him.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, weaknesses are always... Let's not consider that. Lurantis gave me a little bit of a run for my money, but it still wasn't too hard. I beat it on my first try, but it just took some time. That's what I really want. I just want, like, some strategic battles where I gotta think about stuff a little bit and not just spam buttons. That's what I want. That's all I'm asking for, you know?
So yeah, if we could wrap this whole section up in a nutshell, we need 3 things for Pokemon to be good again. Make Pokemon good again.
Make Pokemon
Here's what we're gonna do. Alright, first off, add some more challenge. Okay?
Yes, agreed.
This might be a bit tedious, but we need it. Secondly, much more engaging story.
Yes.
I know this is probably going to be hard considering this is a child's game and we can't go into serious topics and whatnot. Because I know the most endearing stories tend to have, like, really messed up topics, but Gen 5 did it real good, you know?
Yeah,
like, the whole concept of, is owning a Pokemon morally correct, etc. You know, there's ways to make it happen. Like, I feel like we could have a game centered around Pokemon established with real animals.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a way to make that work. I don't know how, but there's probably a way.
Yeah.
And third and furthermore, this has to do with more of a network issue, and this probably will never get fixed ever because we're talking with Nintendo here. Better competitive.
No, seriously.
Gen 7's season was absolutely terrible.
I know.
I'm sorry. Gen 7's competitive was terrible. Worst competitive season I've ever seen. And I've been following competitive since Gen 4. My god, that was a mess. Like, all you had going on throughout the entire run was people running the same team. And because they limit the pool of Pokemon you can use to the ones available in the new game.
Well, it's been like this for a while. You know what the problem is?
What?
Primal Pokemon. Primal Pokemon are a pretty big problem. Like, Primal Groudon, Kyogre...
The fact that they're even allowed is a problem.
Well, oh, you're talking about, like, the official...
We're talking official. We're not talking, like, Smogon. We're talking, like, official.
Yeah. Well, wait, don't they have... I could have sworn... What What year was it? I'm pretty sure they had Primal Pokemon in Worlds, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
That was Gen 6.
That was Gen 6 was. Yeah, that was a shit show. Literally everybody had the same exact team in that generation. It was like Xerneas, Primal,
It's
Groudon,
still the
Primal
same
Kyogre.
spiel, but this time with the Tapus.
Yeah, with the Tapus. Okay, it's just Pokemon like that. It's like what the hell, man? You know, I'm gonna go into the Primals a little bit more. I know they're not like as bad as they used to. Well, no, they totally still are. Primal Groudon is stupid, right? It's stupid good. It's just its base stats are so high, and you don't have to sacrifice anything for it. Like, you give it an item, and that takes up its item slot, sure, but what are you doing? You're massively boosting its stats and, like, taking away its, like, weaknesses, and oh my god, dude, it's so broken. What were they thinking? And you can have both of the Primals on your team. Like, it's not even like Megas, you can only have one. No, you can have both of them and a Mega. What the fuck are they thinking?
Okay. My gripe mostly is the fact that not only is that allowed, but you have to recapture everything.
Yeah.
So all that progress you did in Gen 6 is for nothing now because they're not approved anymore. If you want to use Groudon,
I know.
you have to go catch Groudon in those Ultra Wormholes.
That's really stupid.
Yay. That's a tedious process I literally do not want to do for the 4th time.
At least that gets rid of, what is it, like Sharpened Claws or something like that. There was some really stupid good move that Groudon could learn in the previous gen that he can't get anymore. I can't remember what
he
it
can.
was.
There's a way.
Well, there probably is, but, like, it was a move that boosts his attack and speed by one stage, but I can't remember what it was. Is that Sharpened Claws? Does that do that?
That's Hone Claws, I
Hone
think.
Claws, yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, Hone Claws, you can't learn that anymore.
Oh, he can. There's a way.
Oh, can he?
The move tutors shall prevail.
Wait, are you sure about that? No. I'm certain that there's like one move that was really good for Groudon that he cannot learn anymore. That there's just no way, not even with move tutors, because I wanted it on my Groudon and I couldn't figure it out. Anyways, we're getting like really tangenty here. We were gonna wrap it up a little while ago.
I know. But point is, they're in a weird spot right now, and it's not necessarily terrible, but my god, something's changed.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's for the better or for the worse.
I say the worse.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Bees. You know. You're listening to Oriental AM, not sponsored by Pepsi. We just really love Pepsi. TikTok on the clock. It's time to talk about our crappy app known as TikTok. So, to summarize, TikTok is musical ly or musically or whatever you call it, disguised as a secondary app to confuse people to get TikTok again. I don't know. I literally screwed that sentence up, but I don't care. It's a regurgitation of a crappy app we thought we got rid of. That's all I
No,
have
seriously,
to say
dude.
about that part.
Like, everybody was celebrating like Ding Dong the Witch is Dead when
and then
musically
a year
went
and
down.
a half later, out of the ashes, introducing TikTok.
And it's bigger and badder. It's 2.0. It's like even more people are using it now. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's like Jacob Sartorius, you thought he was bad? Oh, it's only just begun. But anyways, it's made me think very carefully. All this talk about, well, TikTok, not to make it sound like I'm rhyming or whatever, makes me think that, what if we are the idiots? Okay, now let me explain.
Okay.
If you go on YouTube, you'll see like a horde of videos mocking TikTok and all these cringe compilations produced by YouTube channels none other than Funny Dank. Yes, that's a YouTube channel. Funny Dank.
Sounds great.
What you remember a couple years ago when we were berating the people known as the React Bros or whatever,
The Fine Brothers.
You know, yeah, the Fine Brothers. I called them the wrong name on purpose because I hate citing them.
Okay.
But you remember their content, right? Their
Yeah.
content was just watching people react to stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Introduce Leafy is queer. What are we doing? We're watching Leafy react to videos and
I mean, I wasn't.
indirectly bullying children. Alright, jump on to Filthy Frank. What is Filthy Frank's comedy primarily centered around?
Being an asshole.
Ranting about things on YouTube, a la reacting to culture.
Yeah, I suppose.
You see where this is going?
Yeah.
Secondarily, we have the Filthy Frank lore, but on top of that, it's mostly videos like, why drones suck.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, yeah.
It's Joji acting as a character, reacting to a cultural impact. Now, these TikTok videos are essentially reaction videos. All the commentary channels, like Elvis the Alien or Primrank or whoever, I'm Alex.
Yeah.
All they're doing is just making reaction videos centered around them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I like these people, but at the same time, it's making me think, wow, this is garbage content. All this time, I've been listening to the garbage all along. Oh my god. We're regurgitating the stuff that we hate. We're literally contradicting ourselves when we talk about TikTok in a negative light.
So you're basically bringing up the whole, when does ironic get to a point of reversing around and not being ironic then, aren't you?
It's already happened.
Yeah.
We're at that stage. We've ascended beyond the idea. We're now embracing it. We're at the point where we're so ironic that we're unironic.
Yeah, me and Charles have had conversations about this already, actually. Oh, jeez.
We're in this loop where all the content we love and cater to on YouTube primarily is of people commenting on topics in culture. Like, actually, I'll pull up my fucking sub feed right now on YouTube. Like, these are people I love, but overall, you can see that the reaction is there. Like,
there is definitely
example,
a flood of this sort of thing going on.
I mean, Live with Jonathan Hills. Thanksgiving is a sin. What is this of? It's Jonathan Hills, the best Buddhist ever, ranting about why Thanksgiving sucks ass. Report of the week. What does he do? He reacts to food and reviews it. Not that it's bad. It's just, again, it's reacting. H3 podcast. What do we have there? Ethan and Hila reacting to things online. Penguin Zero, his latest video reacting to Fortnite gamers being bullied.
Now Penguin Zero, I definitely do watch him.
But that's the thing. The majority of his stuff is reacting to things.
Yeah. See, okay, so what I'm saying, right,
Again,
is...
he's not bad.
No,
but
Penguin
I'm telling
Zero's
you.
cool, yeah. I mean, okay.
Our criticism that reaction content is garbage is moot.
Yeah.
Because we sit down and watch reaction content.
Yeah, okay, so personally, I don't watch a whole lot of this. Like, I don't really... I mean, I watch it when you guys send it to me, but I really only watch Penguin Zero out of what you just listed. I do watch his videos when, every once in a while. But personally, I'm more interested in... honestly, lately I've just been watching a bunch of, old AVGN episodes and stuff, Like, that's what I do these days.
But he's reacting to video games.
I guess you could say that, sure.
I Hate Everything made a video 13 hours ago. I hate TikTok. You see what I mean? It's an endless loop. The cycle continues anew.
If you count AVGN as React videos, then you can just count fucking anything. I mean, holy shit, dude.
Reviewing anything or critiquing it in any way is reacting to it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
The concept of a reaction is from a cause that brings upon
that's like anything. You're going too far now, Charles.
Yes. No. The thing is, the argument that we are thinking that reaction content is bad is a contradictory in itself. Yeah. Because we have to react to it in order to say it's bad.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Our reaction to saying it's bad is contradictory. TikTok in itself is a contradictory. We cannot think of TikTok as something bad solely because people are reacting to it in a negative light.
Well, no, but TikTok is still bad. What are you talking about?
No, that's what I mean. You know, like, we get it. TikTok is shit, but you saying TikTok is shit is feeding into this endless loop of reaction content.
No, that is true, though, yes. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
If you look at PewDiePie's latest videos, and I'm not saying PewDiePie is bad, but it's literally all of his videos, him reacting to the subject matter.
That is what PewDiePie has basically become, yeah. I don't know if I can say it's better or worse than what he used to, honestly.
Remember back in the day when even PewDiePie himself was making fun of the Fine Brothers? Yeah. We've become exactly what we hate. We have become a husk of the thing we have once destroyed. We have lived long enough to see ourselves become the enemy. This is what's essentially happened. We did not die heroes. We lived long enough to become the enemy.
The internet did anyways. God damn it.
We're screwed, because now we can't undo this. It's permanent, and the fact that it works is what makes it so permanent. The only thing that could change this is a paradigm shift. We cannot do that. So we're stuck in this loop where the majority of the stuff we consume is reaction content. And you think you could escape the television? The only way you're gonna be able to escape this is if you watch fictitious material. Okay, if you're watching stuff centered in fiction, like a cartoon, maybe like SpongeBob or something, it's the only way to escape. If you're watching something like Jimmy Kimmel or something gay like that, you're once again jumping into this reaction content.
Yeah.
Because their comedy is centered around reacting to cultural situations. We're stuck in this loop and we cannot escape. The Fine Brothers are the ultimate Jews. They did not realize what they have done.
God damn it, Charles.
Reaction.
The ultimate Jew.
I told Dylan I would have a surprise for him on this segment of the podcast. This is my surprise.
Yeah.
A declaration that we are now the enemy.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
No, there won't be a next time. We're stuck.
It's over. It's over. We lost.
Yeah. We thought we could ascend beyond the Fine Brothers, but they wound up eating us alive. You never saw it coming.
This is like a I am your father type of moment here.
Yeah. I'm scrolling down deeper down my feed. If you think about it, Pyrocynical's videos are just this, like his whole ASOT series is not really news per se. It's him reacting to news. Joel on Vine Sauce, him playing video games is him reacting to the video game.
You're still taking it too far.
And we sit down and binge this for several hours at a time. Watching Ninja playing Fortnite is a reaction show.
No, it isn't. Oh my god, John.
Yes,
what are you saying anymore?
The reason we watch Ninja play Fortnite is because we want to see how Ninja reacts to the game.
I don't watch him. I know what you're saying, but still.
I don't either. I'm just saying the reason that 12-year-olds love Ninja so much is because they love his Fortnite reactions.
Maybe it is. I don't know, man. I don't watch his channel, so I can't really say on this one.
I know. It's not about not watching them or watch. It's about understanding how they get clicks.
Phenomenon. Yeah, I get it.
They're getting clicks through these reactions, per se. Mm-hmm. Everyone's doing it. We're doing it right now on a fucking podcast.
You're right. You say that.
You want to get meta with this shit?
Right now. We're reacting to this whole thing.
You want to get meta? We're sitting here right now doing the very thing we're criticizing.
Oh no. It's over.
We're done for.
Oh god.
And on that note, I feel it's time we come to a close for tonight.
Charles, is this the mind blow you were talking about?
Yes, this is the mind blow.
And then you just reveal at the end, we're doing it right now.
This is the mind blow. Do you love it?
Oh God, you got me good.
Yeah. And on that note, I think I want to come to a close. I got nothing much else to say other than reciting the obvious.
Yeah, great success. We're finally back, guys. Oriental AM, it's on a roll now. You can expect another one within the month. Definitely.
We're considering doing a monthly schedule for this.
Yeah.
To be honest, we're gonna try.
Just to make sure that we're actually doing it, right?
No promises, but we're gonna try.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So until then, have a good one. Follow our YouTube channels at Rumia126 and at MC Darkfail.
Oh yeah, and also
What?
we do have an email address, right? And I brought this up in the failed episode, so I don't think we've talked about this yet. But we have we have a fan mail address, right? I believe it is
theorientalelites@gmail.com.
but I'm not entirely certain about that.
You better
Give
be
it a
extra
shot.
sure about that.
Yeah.
You better put that in the description.
Okay. Yeah. No, it'll be in the description. There you go. If you want to know, just send us an email. It'll be in the description.
Yeah, give us ideas for skits, ways to improve the show.
Yeah.
You know, either write it in the comments or send us an email if you feel like it's gonna make us feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, if you really want to get on our skin, send us an angry letter in there.
Yeah. Tell us how much you hate us.
You want to make us cry? Send us an angry letter.
It's a challenge now. It's a challenge. We want to see who can just insult us the most, right? Make us want to
How
kill
depressed
ourselves.
can you make me?
Yeah.
Please, I'd like to see you try.
Do it, fuckers.
So yeah, until then, have a good one.
See you next time.